Something I wanted to ask you about is like when you at the time that you came out, right, and you're a teenage artist and you're a teenage girl, you're basically like put in these two boxes, and I'm simplifying it for the sake of this chat, but you're either like a Britney or a Christina back then, right?
Yeah.
And when you're a teenager, whether you're an artist or not, I feel most people just want to fit in, right? And most people just want to like do whatever they can to fit in. You're a very interesting artist because you weren't a Britney or a Christina, and you also didn't want to fit in. You were very outspoken and seemingly had a lot of creative control on that first record.
Mm-hmm.
You were the one that said, yo, these songs aren't working for me in New York. Yeah. I'm going to LA. We got to do this my way. Where did that confidence come from? Because I think it's pretty rare when you're that young.
I just like always knew what I liked and what I didn't like. And like I was kind of like a tomboy, and like I wanted to play, more guitar-driven rock music. And at the time, as you just mentioned, like the bubblegum pop with the headsets and like the background dancers was like what was like in at the time, and like that definitely wasn't me. So I just had to like voice that. So like I started when L.A. Reid signed me. He did this really, I can't believe I remember this. Like I was 15 sitting in his office, and like my mom and I are sitting like on the couch in his office, and we're like in New York City, baller office. And I'm like, hey, and he's like, you have like your own thing going on. Like normally we'd have like stylists and all this people come in and like you'd find your image. He's like, you have your own thing going on, girl, and you just like do what you're doing. And I was like, I had no idea what he meant, but I was like, does this mean I got to keep wearing baggy clothes? Because my parents did like everything to get me out of them. And I was just like, sweet. So, I mean, L.A. Reid really got me. And so like I started making that first record in New York, and that didn't work for me because the person I was working with didn't get me. The person I was writing with was like giving me his songs, and they were just like so cheesy, and I was just like, no. I love Celine Dion, but it was like kind of more of like a ballady, pretty thing, and I was just.
And did any of those songs ever wind up like with another artist? Did anyone
no,
ever see the light of day?
I don't even think so. But so then, like I came out to LA. And I had much better luck, and I met Cliff Magnus, and I met The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I didn't totally know how to articulate myself, but other than just expressing to them while they were producing, and I'm sitting there staring at the screen and being in the studio for the first time, and I just kept being like, just make it sound more like a band. Just, like, make it sound more like a band. Like, and it's, like, more guitars and just, like, drums, and I just was trying to edge everything up as much as possible. I wanted to rock. And so that was my fight. My fight was to make rock inspired, like lyrically and musically, music. I was just like, I was in an angsty place. When have I not been? And I got to do that. I pushed as hard as I could. And, like, I think that attitude is definitely there. And we'll be together never, so baby, you can bite me.